Hello, Cancer. This is Sue from Sweet Love Tarot. I'm doing love readings for July, and I had to stop yesterday. I just got so drained doing these. I just got to a point in the evening where I just had to stop, and I just couldn't pick the cards back up again. Next day, and I am refreshed. And I'm on Cancer now to do love readings for July. Now, what I'm doing with these readings is I'm pulling 2 cards per position to get a more complete story. And although that seems to be working, I had some real concerns about the way that the readings felt yesterday. And I thought it was one of my decks because, you know, it's strange, but my grandson said when I first brought this deck home that it was deadly. And I find that the imagery is kind of harsh. And even this one, which is Temperance, she looks like she's crying. And so it always seems to bring to mind the worst case scenarios. So I'm going to continue using these because overnight I actually got a couple of responses from folks saying, this resonated with me. Yes, things have been hard. So I'm going to go ahead and finish with both these decks, but I might have to put this Celtic deck aside and use something else. Anyway, Cancer, for love. For July. Oops. Okay, now one side will represent one people in a couple, and one person in a couple, and the other side will represent the other person. So interesting. Now, which deck is giving me bad news? Oh. We'll try that again, and if it doesn't shuffle this time, I'm gonna just cut the. There we go. Okay, it says I'm done, but I'm gonna cut the cards anyway. You know, there are no hard and fast rules. Your hand will be led. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Now, one of the people in this couple has the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. So basically what I'm seeing on one side is very little movement going on. Someone that is unwilling to move forward, and they lack direction of any kind, in fact. They're sort of stuck in one spot. And they're very scattered right now. The thing about a Knight of Wands is, yes, he's very fast moving, but he's hasty, which can be a bad thing. He's not methodical and careful. In the reverse, this is delays and frustration. There's so we have delays, frustration, and no forward movement, a lack of control, no direction, and even some aggression. I'm sure some of you will recognize yourselves or your partner in that. And on the other side, we have the High Priestess in the upright and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Now, here again, we have scattered. Scattered thought and really not thinking about what the consequences of your actions might be. However, we have the High Priestess in the upright, which is someone who has intuition. And this speaks of a higher power. So they have either some sort of faith that they feel guided by, or they have some kind of higher power, and they're led by their subconscious. Now, the feelings of the person that feels kind of stuck in one spot, they have the Three of Swords in reverse and the Moon in reverse. So that's interesting. They're releasing fear. And with the Three of Swords in reverse, they're releasing pain. So yes, on one side, there's optimism. But there's still some confusion, but that's clearing. The confusion's going away, and I see a union here. It's interesting. At the top of this card, you see a moon, and there appears to be two faces. And one looks like it's in profile, and the other one looks like it's looking straight on. But they're kind of combined. One face sort of overlaps the other. In the bottom of the card, you see the two faces, the reflection of the moon. And now these two people are kissing. And this, in fact, was in the reverse. So I'm getting that on the one side of this person is letting go of heartache, because came up in the reverse. And they feel a closeness to someone, perhaps that had done them wrong in the past. Now, this other person has the Hierophant, which is the commitment card. So they feel as if they are finally settling down or realizing what they need. And what they need is a commitment, not running around. Yeah, I'm really kind of surprised that this reading is going the way that I see it going, but it's welcome. I also have here the Two of Swords in the reverse, which is indecision and confusion. And basically, too much for them to take in right now. They feel kind of blocked, so they're sort of not making a decision because they feel too confused. But yet, this feeling of being more traditional, wanting a commitment, that's strong with them right now. In fact, this being a major arcana outweighs this being a minor arcana. So their confusion, their indecision is outweighed by their feelings of wanting commitment. Now, this is interesting. The blocks on the one side. Interesting. The Ten of Cups in reverse is a block for this one person. This is a misalignment. This is two people that are not really seeing eye to eye, or the feeling that they aren't. This is what's blocking someone. This is almost like a fear of harmony, a fear of marriage. And if you're in a relationship, this feels like a broken marriage. But there's the Six of Cups, which is reminiscing, thinking about someone from your past. And this is in the upright. In the reverse, it could be escapism, but In the upright, it speaks of a reunion and nostalgia. Not a bad thing. Now on the other side of the coin, we have the Death card, which, as many of you know, is not a big scary card, because what it talks about is change, transformation. So I mean, this is what a butterfly has to go through to get to where it is, to become the butterfly. They have to transform. And also we have healing. Well, the star in reverse is someone who has been in healing mode, but they are kind of despairing right now. They're discouraged. Yes, they, like many others, don't understand this transformation. They are not sure that this fixes everything. So they're not thinking the best thoughts. Now, what you have in common is the Eight of Swords in reverse, and that is sort of, they're again open to new ideas, releasing old problems, getting out of your head with all those things that you created that were like worst case scenarios. Letting all that stuff go. In the reverse, of course, you know, those swords are dropping away. And also the Magician in reverse indicates someone's trying to manipulate this situation. Maybe both of you are trying to work a change. And that might not be the highest use of your power or your intuition. Yeah, that sort of looks like poor planning, but it does show that there's a talent here, and with the Eight of Swords in reverse, that indicates releasing pain, letting go of the garbage from the past, and the last two cards as the outcome, I have the Tower in reverse, which is avoiding a disaster, because of course that's a disaster. But much like the Death card, it is a change that is followed by rebuilding. But there's a fear of change here. It might be a sticking point for someone that had sort of decided a certain path for themselves and was trying to steer their life in the way that they wanted it to go, like the Magician here in the reverse. But the other side of this is the Page of Cups, or what they call it, the Knave of Chalices. Anyway, this page indicates a message coming in and a new beginning, and things syncing up to where there is alignment. This was a misalignment, or the fear of this was blocking you. But yeah, it's coming to alignment. It is coming to things coming together. So let me pull a message from Spirit. This is one of the better readings for all the signs. I don't know why I was getting a negative interpretation on so many of them. I thought it was the cards. I thought it was this Celtic tarot that my grandson calls Killer. Boy, these just keep dropping out here. If one drops out again. Okay, we're not gonna. Okay. love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. So, I guess take your pick. Do you want new or do you want it renewed? I think I know what you pick. At any rate, good luck, and that's it for July, and I hope you come and join me next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.